Good morning, and welcome to my session that is about how my developing research has developed me. But most of all, welcome to Sarawak, my beautiful country. I know the water is a bit yellowish, but that's my beautiful Sarawak. Well, I'm a bit nervous. I know that I am now. I don't need to tell you what else. Well, you can see here my research is about how it develops me in terms of my teaching for the past many years. I've not been teaching for 30 years, but telling you this. Okay, now, before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Priscilla Nelos from SK Melansai Serian, and I have been teaching for 15 years, and I was been trained in Batu Lintang Teaching College. My first posting was somewhere in Miri, Baram Central, Rural School, Long Keseh. After only a year in Long Keseh, I've been transferred to Long Pila because of I have to. There's an English teacher that has been transferred, so I have to go to Long Pila. And then my third school was SK Tuanku Bagus Sebuyau. It's quite far from here, but well, I'm here now. I managed to escape from SK Tuanku Bagus Sebuyau. And then my fourth school, Sungai Kenyah. It's about an hour drive from Kuching to Serian. And my school now is SK Melansai Serian. How the research changed me. It happens when I was doing reading project the year 2012. And that time I was eager to make my student to read. Of course, I was teaching them since primary 1, a bit of phonics, a bit of some of ba, and ke. And I thought that by doing that, they managed to read. Can you imagine I teach them just a simple, I teach them for lessons, short lesson, and then I expect bigger results from them. And then I realized the problems are not from one party, but from both sides. Me, I admit that I made a lot of mistakes in my life teaching students, and I admit that maybe sometimes I've been too harsh with them. And then I try to put myself in their own place. I try to make a reason why are they being so scared, especially when I am in their class. When I almost gave up on them and I started to lose my temper. I'm sorry, I'm a very easy to lose temper, but I can have a lot of fun and jokes with them. I can sing with them, but yes, I am a very short-tempered person. And then I begin to reflect my way of teaching all these years. Am I doing the right thing? What have I done? For 15 years I've been teaching, and then I begin to sit down. 2012, I begin to sit down 2012 thinking that I'm not a good teacher. I'm doing this because of something else, not for the benefit of them. And then my expectations toward them will only frustrate me. I want them to be the best. Every teacher wants the pupils to be the best. I want them to be the best. But I can't expect them to be the best if I keep on pressurizing them. So, and again, I have discussed and doing more discussions with my mentor. And it comes to me at the end, and it's really being selfish. That's the best term that I can put on my neck right now. I mean, as a tag, I do it because being asked to do, and not because for the love of educating the pupils. I'm sorry if there's a PPD or JPN coming here. Please do not blacklist me. This is my point of view, my personal opinion. I try to give back what I have done to you guys. Okay? And again, more, and I think that I need more on self-control in the future, and I should realize that people should be enjoy and should be happy with the lesson, and yet we teachers keep on pressure them, and they will be petrified of the teacher, especially my lesson. So it should benefit the students more and let them explore on their own, their mistakes, their errors. Let them, and the teacher will be the mentor. I will let them move around, especially those who are, I'm not going to label them. I'm not going to put them, okay, weaker group, medium, or as we usually do. But believe me, as I have that experience when I was in primary school, you're being labeled. How will you feel? I feel sad because I want to be with them, and yet I can't because my teacher expects low income from me. She has bad impression about me. That's my experience. So for my children in this era, I wish and I hope I will not going to treat them as what I've been treated when I was in primary school, when I was a little girl. So I will keep in my mind, when educating the younger class of students, I will always consider they are affected by what I have done with them. How will I touch their soul, especially, and feel the impressions of today's lesson, of the next lesson, the previous lesson, the atmosphere that I build with them in my classroom, pleasant or unpleasant. I hope they will feel pleasant, especially when they will keep on asking, not asking from me, but asking about my daughter who is with them in the same class. Where's your mommy? Oh, I know that I wish that I'm not being chosen to this symposium, excuse me, Martin, because I don't want to let them down. I know that a few of them that has been troubled when they were in primary one, to my two twins, I have trouble to cope with them because it seems that they are malnourished. But now I'm happy that there's changes with them. And I begin to think that also the differences between KBSR and KSSR makes me thinking that KSSR more spoon feeding and less self-independent, or more self-independent, less spoon feeding. And then the energy was not used. But now I'm using more energy. I suck the energy from my student, not for myself, so that they can help their friends. I don't want them to sit around talking without talking nothing else but about things that need to build up their personality. So I use the energy by moving around, helping their friends. And then, so how do I begin my self-reflection thinking? First, I identify the problems. Kids, especially in my school, they are from poor background family. They can't afford nourish healthy food for the family, but they are I told them when we met because they went to my school for sometimes to send the kids, so I explained to the parents that please help me to help your student. I know that I'm doing the best that I can in the school, but you do your part at home, being a parent. So it doesn't mean that I try to tell them their job, their work as a parent, no. But I try to make them realize that their kids will be their future. And then I think, why the problems happen? Why can't they do those simple chores, doing writing, reading, listening and speaking, or move around, or ask their friend with simple English? And then, am I really doing my work, teaching them? As I told you that being selfish, I begin to realize I'm doing it because I'm selfish. And I'm sad and I feel disappointed with myself. But when it comes to positive thinking, it has a blessing in disguise. And so from that on, I let them give the answers. Let them, without me giving them more answers, or without me saying, no, it's me. I rule. So, and then I train them to reason, especially among the group. Of course, I'll be there to help them. They are just 9 years old. And maybe it is not new for you, but it is something new for me. And the impact of my self-reflection, thinking upon my students, some of them able to give simple answers in their own mother tongue. I accept that, and then I give them the answers in English. And then my slower pupils competing to give answers with their fast learner friends. It's something that amazed me. Especially there's a boy. I know that he is if in Bahasa Malaysia, he is a pemulihan. He's a remedial boy. I asked them in simple question with gesture, and they give me simple answers. I'm amazed with him, and I can see that even a few of them are trying to impress me with their answers, and to guide, and those who are able to help their friends. So I let them move around, help them in learning, writing or reading. There's something makes me, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of them. But the thing is, I'm proud of that I can help them to be someone in the future. So what can be done? How does it benefit others and me? Through my personal opinion, you can see it there. It has a lot of impact on my pupils. I'm preparing them for the future life, and I'm able to touch their hearts and change them. It is not something that instantly, but gradually. I hope by the end of year 6, they will be my first product of SK Melansai that will be recognized in SMK Syrian. Of course, every school will be recognized as SMK Syrian. To have reason, to know how to reason, to know how to give answers yet simple, to know how to mixed around with others to know how to bring themselves. That's what I want. Or we can just fake everything, get promoted, and does not change anything, but will makes me frustrated with myself. So when it comes to exam-oriented, I have to touch on this. It should be put aside. Not to say that exam is not important. No, exam is important. But focus on the individual performance and ability. Of course now, KSSR, we use band. We give them band 1 up to band 6. Before, we give them marks. And then we accumulate the marks, and we will know who will be number 1 and who will be the last in the classroom. So, if band, what do you think? With grades, what do you think? I let you to think about it, but for me it's exam should be put aside, but think. Exam, of course, I have to stress on this, exam is important, but focus on the individual performance and ability. We are dealing with human. We are not dealing with machine. I pity them. I know them because I've been with them for 3 years. And I hope I can be with them for the next 3 years until they're in primary 6. And you don't have to ask me, what's the result of UPSR, Priscilla? You don't have to ask for that because they will not be important. And then their involvement. Every teacher, not only me, but those who are not teaching KSSR's class, should appreciate them. Kids are kids. They're notorious, they're mischief, they are hard to handle. But you try to talk with them, ask them, reason with them. Why? Of course, I don't know how to give you the answer. You come to my school, please don't. And I prefer not you to come to my school, but every school, we have problems. But my kids are special to my heart. Every kids in my school is special to my heart. And it is hard for me to realize that they are part of my family. And for mistakes, let them a chance, give them a chance to reason. Give them a chance to prove that they are able to develop as others. We tend to label them if they are notorious, they will not end up in a society. They will be cast out. So when it happens, we are making a very bad decision. And my personal opinion, it's a wrong typing error, professional opinion. We should look into the problems. That is pressure on the exams. If I'm not mistaken, there was a video taken here just now. A teacher was interviewing her student. Are you scared of exam? Yes. Why? She doesn't know how to answer. Are you scared of being failed? Yes. So, being a failure in our life, we try to avoid it. Okay? Now, and then I begin to think, we should think and look and engage on how to solve the problems. No more taking them as a slow learner, but help them to be at the same level with their friends in the class. And then definitely it demands time and effort, and it will give us, I've told you that it gives me satisfaction when I see my product, that is my students, someday, in the future, will be a winner. That's what I want. And that's what I hope. And my conclusion, it's about time. Good. I was a free risk person. I'm a free risk person. I'm comfortable in my own zone. I follow all the rules without questions. At the end, I am disappointed. So, to teach the pupils to understand, to feel the lesson, and the next day will always be a new day for them, and anxiously waited for the teachers to come and educate them. That's what I quote from Professor Andrew Pollard when he came to my school. I never expect a professor came to my school, because my school, the grass is quite long, and the students are very naughty, and they throw rubbish everywhere. But he came to my school with Martin and with our project manager, Prudence, and I tell myself, what am I getting myself into? When I was being offered to teach primary 1, I never expect that you will be joining with British Council. And I am in a lion's den, actually. Yeah. And then at home, there are many children that does not have proper training. They're being neglected. And some children will be pleased to do on their own. And others, at the end, they will be discouraged because we keep on saying, you are wrong. You're a bad boy. What happened to a dog when you say, bad dog, bad dog? I'm making a noise. So it will happen. It makes they feel, they're not feeling being appreciated. So there's a quote from a Christian Education in the year 1894, page 142, saying, let every teacher who accepts the responsibility of educating the children and youth examine himself and study critically from cause to effect. Written by Ellen G. White. Thank you very much.